Let's welcome in now Anthony Esposito, CEO and founder of Island Capital Investments. Pete Sepp's also here, president of the National Taxpayers Union. Gentlemen, welcome. Thanks for coming on. Okay, Anthony, we'll just start with you. Your thoughts on John's reporting there. It sounds like markets really crave stability, and maybe they got some of that from President Trump yesterday.
Yeah, the markets definitely do not like uncertainty, and that is where we are now. The markets were ripe and peaked for a sell-off and entering into a bear market December, January. I was very vocal about that. And the uncertainty in the headlines, whether it be Powell, whether it be tariffs, whether it be earnings, that's exactly what the market does not want to see. So I would say that President Trump has pared back some of his comments. He never said he was actually going to fire Powell. He said if he wanted him to be gone, he would be gone. And in my personal opinion, Powell should be gone, but that's probably a rabbit hole. Uncertainty is clearing a little bit. The headline risk, as we are in a bear market, is high. And we're seeing that volatility back and forth on whether there's a new headline to the upside or a new headline to the downside, and that will continue.
And the Dow, they're playing with that 40,000 mark right now. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had this to say about China trade negotiations, but also, to Anthony's point, Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Watch.
We're doing very well in respect to a potential trade deal with China. As I mentioned, there have now been 18 proposals in more than 100 countries around the world who are wanting to make a deal with the United States of America. And the president and the administration are setting the stage for a deal with China. I think the president has made his position on the Fed and on Powell quite clear. The president believes that they have been making moves and taking action in the name of politics rather in the name of what's right for the American economy.
So, Pete, obviously the standout here, 18 nations have some sort of framework for a potential deal. There are, again, 100 nations that were stated that they at least want to make a deal. But China is the standout here, and I think that's what many are waiting for, what could be the potential deal. The bottom line is this. Do you see the president actually getting things done for this country and helping to, again, wipe out the deficit potentially through tariffs, or at least attempting to, beginning that process, Pete?
It's encouraging to see the negotiation processes moving forward, and for Treasury Secretary Bessent to have kind of a moderating influence in trade policy, talking about getting to deals quickly, reaching the goals of zero tariffs and trade barriers on both sides. Those are the kinds of signals that markets want to see. And while we're talking about taxes, because tariffs are taxes, they also want to see signals on extending the 2017 tax relief law. We commissioned a poll by Tony Fabrizio, who's Trump's own pollster, found that 91% of GOP voters believe it's important to quickly extend the tax relief provisions that mean $2,000–$3,000 per family per year in tax savings. And the margin of opposition among Democrats is actually rather small compared to the margin of support among Republicans. It means that everybody caught in the middle and everybody on the right of the political spectrum is saying, get moving on this. And I think markets would appreciate seeing that as well.
Yeah. We also heard yesterday that President Trump isn't going to seek out vengeance for COVID, although I'm sure many business owners or folks who lost loved ones to COVID would like to see some action there. And then you compare that to, what is it, covid.gov? And it's the big lab leak that's splayed across the webpage there. So we'll see a little mixed message there. But either way, he seems like he wants to have a conversation with China. Anthony Esposito, Pete Sepp, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate it, gentlemen.
My pleasure.
Well, the Supreme